Hello, you lovely lot, and welcome. It's your favorite PE teacher, Joe Wicks, here, and I am absolutely buzzing for today's session. Why? Because today is leg day. I know, some people dread it, but I promise you, by the end of this, you're going to love it. We are going to build some serious strength, boost our metabolism, and get those lovely, powerful legs we're all after. This workout is all about focusing on two massive muscle groups, your quadriceps, which are the big muscles on the front of your thighs, and your glutes, which are, you guessed it, your bum muscles. Strong legs are the foundation for everything, helping you run faster, jump higher, and just feel incredible in your everyday life. We're going to go through a fantastic routine that's perfect if you're just getting started or if you want a solid back-to-basics session that really delivers results. I've picked out some of my absolute favorite exercises that are brilliant for targeting both the quads and the glutes. We'll break down every single movement step by step so you feel confident and safe in the gym. There's no need to feel intimidated by the weights room ever again. We're in this together, and I'll be your coach every step of the way. So grab your water bottle, get your favorite workout playlist on, and let's get ready to feel the burn in the best possible way. This isn't just about lifting heavy weights, it's about moving your body with good form and feeling that amazing connection with your muscles. We'll talk about sets, reps, and even some fancy techniques like supersets and drop sets to really challenge ourselves. But don't you worry, I'll explain everything in simple terms. The goal is to leave the gym feeling proud, accomplished, and maybe a little bit wobbly, which is always a sign of a brilliant leg session. Remember, progress is the goal, not perfection. Every single rep you do today is a step towards becoming a fitter, stronger, and healthier version of yourself. So what's on the menu today? We've got some absolute classics lined up for you. We'll be starting with the mighty barbell back squat, followed by a fantastic superset of Romanian deadlifts and dumbbell squats to really work the entire leg. Then we'll move on to the challenging Bulgarian split squat to work each leg individually before finishing off with some isolation work on the leg extension machine and some powerful dumbbell hip thrusts to really target those glutes. It's a full-on session designed to get you amazing results. Are you ready? I know I am. Let's do this, team. Right then, before we even think about touching a weight, we need to get our bodies ready to move. A proper warm-up is non-negotiable, people. It's not the most exciting part, I get it, but it is the most important. Think of it like starting a car on a cold morning. You need to let the engine warm up before you can drive off at full speed. Warming up gets the blood flowing to your muscles, making them more pliable and ready for action. It also lubricates your joints, your hips, your knees, your ankles, which is crucial for preventing injuries. A good 5 to 10 minutes is all it takes to make a massive difference to your workout and your safety. So let's start with some light cardio to get that heart rate up. This could be anything you enjoy. Maybe 5 minutes of gentle jogging on the treadmill, a steady pace on the cross trainer, or even a few minutes on the exercise bike. The goal here isn't to exhaust yourself, but just to get your body temperature rising and to tell your system, okay, it's time to get to work. You should feel a little bit warmer and maybe be breathing just a little bit heavier. This initial phase is all about waking everything up gently and preparing your body for the more specific movements that are about to come. Next up, we're going to do some dynamic stretches. These are active movements that take your joints and muscles through their full range of motion. Let's start with some leg swings. Hold onto a wall or a rack for balance and swing one leg forward and backward about 10 to 15 times. Keep the movement controlled and smooth. Then, switch legs. After that, we'll do side-to-side leg swings, swinging your leg across the front of your body. These are brilliant for opening up your hips. We'll follow that with some bodyweight squats, just going down as far as you comfortably can for about 15 reps, really focusing on waking up that squat pattern. To finish our warm-up, let's do a few more movements to really activate those key muscles. We'll do some walking lunges, taking big steps and dropping that back knee down towards the floor. Do about 10 on each leg. This starts to fire up the quads and glutes. Then, let's get on the floor for some glute bridges. Lie on your back with your knees bent and feet flat on the floor. Drive your hips up to the sky, squeezing your glutes as hard as you can at the top. Hold for a second and then lower back down. Do about 15 of these. Now you should feel warm, activated, and totally ready to smash the main workout. Let's go. All right, team, it's time for our first exercise, and it's a big one. We are kicking things off with the barbell back squat. This exercise is often called the king of all leg exercises, and for a very good reason. It's a compound movement, which means it works multiple muscle groups and joints all at the same time. The main muscles we're hitting here are your quads and your glutes, but it also works your hamstrings, your core, and even your back to keep you stable. It's a powerhouse move for building overall lower body strength and muscle. It's the foundation of any great leg day, and we're going to learn how to do it properly. For this exercise, we are going to aim for 4 sets of 8 to 12 reps. This rep range is fantastic for hypertrophy, which is the scientific name for building muscle. The idea is to choose a weight that is challenging, but allows you to complete all your reps with perfect form. The last couple of reps in each set should feel tough, like you really have to work for them. If you can easily do more than 12 reps, the weight is too light. If you can't even manage 8 reps with good form, it's a bit too heavy. Find that sweet spot. Remember to rest for about 60 to 90 seconds between each set to recover and give your next set your all. Let's talk about setting up. Approach the squat rack and set the safety bars to a height that is just below the lowest point of your squat. This is your safety net. Then, set the barbell height so that you only need to do a slight bend in your knees to get under it. Step under the bar and place it evenly across your upper back, on the fleshy part of your traps, not on your neck bone. Your hands should be gripping the bar just outside your shoulders. Stand up straight to unrack the weight and take 1 or 2 confident steps back. Plant your feet about shoulder width apart with your toes pointing slightly outwards. Now for the movement itself. Take a deep breath in and brace your core like you're about to be punched in the stomach. Begin the squat by breaking at your hips and knees at the same time, pushing your bum backwards as if you're about to sit down on a chair that's just a little too far behind you. Keep your chest up and your back straight throughout the entire movement. Go down until your thighs are at least parallel to the floor, or as low as you can go while maintaining good form. Then, drive powerfully through your heels to push yourself back up to the starting position, exhaling as you rise. That's 1 rep. Fantastic work. Let's dive a little deeper into getting that back squat form absolutely perfect. It can be a tricky movement to master, so breaking it down is key to your success and safety. One of the most common things to watch out for is keeping your chest up. A lot of people have a tendency to lean too far forward, which puts a lot of strain on the lower back and takes the focus away from the legs. A great cue to remember is to try and show the logo on your t-shirt to the wall in front of you throughout the entire squat. This will help you maintain an upright torso and keep the work where it belongs, in your quads and glutes. Another crucial point is your knee position. You've probably heard people say, don't let your knees go past your toes. While this isn't a strict rule, what's more important is preventing your knees from caving inwards. This is called knee valgus, and it puts your knee joints in a very vulnerable position. To prevent this, actively think about pushing your knees outwards as you squat down and as you drive back up. Imagine you are trying to spread the floor apart with your feet. This simple thought can help activate your glute medius, a smaller glute muscle that helps with hip stability, keeping your knees tracking safely over your feet. Now, let's talk about depth. How low should you go? The goal for most people should be to get your hip crease to go just below the top of your knee, which is what we call breaking parallel. This ensures you are getting a full range of motion, which leads to better muscle activation, especially in the glutes. However, everyone's mobility is different. Never force yourself into a depth that causes pain or causes your lower back to round at the bottom, which is known as a butt wink. Only go as low as you can while keeping a neutral, straight spine. You can always work on your mobility over time to improve your squat depth. Finally, let's not forget about breathing and bracing. This is your secret weapon for lifting safely and feeling strong. Before you start to descend into the squat, take a big breath of air into your belly, not just your chest. Then brace your core muscles as hard as you can, as if you're preparing for an impact. Hold this breath and tension as you go down, and then as you start to drive back up. You can exhale forcefully as you pass the most difficult part of the lift on the way up. This technique, called the Valsalva maneuver, creates internal pressure that helps to stabilize your entire torso and protect your spine. Practice it with lighter weight until it feels natural. Okay, moving on to our next block of work. We're going to do a superset. Now don't let the name scare you. It's really simple. A superset is when you perform 2 different exercises back to back with no rest in between. This is a brilliant way to increase the intensity of your workout, save time, and get an incredible muscle pump. Our first exercise in this superset is the Romanian Deadlift, or RDL. This is one of the best exercises out there for targeting your hamstrings, which are the muscles on the back of your thighs and your glutes. It's all about the stretch and the squeeze, and honestly, it feels amazing. For the Romanian deadlift, we're going to aim for 3 sets of 12 to 15 reps. Because we are pairing this with another exercise, we're going for a slightly higher rep range to really fatigue the muscles and focus on endurance. You can perform this exercise with a barbell or 2 dumbbells, whichever you prefer or have available. Personally, I'm a big fan of using dumbbells for this, as it can sometimes feel a bit more natural for beginners. The key here is to choose a weight that allows you to feel a deep stretch in your hamstrings on every single rep, without compromising your back position. Form is everything with this movement. Let's get into the setup. Stand with your feet about hip-width apart, holding a dumbbell in each hand in front of your thighs with your palms facing your body. Have a slight bend in your knees, but keep them in this same slightly bent position throughout the entire movement. We don't want this to turn into a squat. Keep your back completely straight, your shoulders pulled back, and your chest proud. This starting position is crucial for protecting your spine. Think about having a long, straight line from the top of your head to your tailbone. This posture must be maintained for the whole exercise. Now for the movement. Hinge at your hips, pushing your bum backwards as far as you can. As you hinge, allow the dumbbells to slide down the front of your legs. Keep them close to your body. You should feel a growing stretch in your hamstrings as you lower the weights. Go down as far as your flexibility allows without rounding your back. For most people, this will be to about mid-shin level. Once you feel that maximum stretch, pause for a second and then drive your hips forward to return to the starting position, squeezing your glutes as hard as you can at the top. That's 1 rep. Remember to keep that back straight. As soon as you finish your last rep of the Romanian deadlifts, you're going to move straight into the second exercise of our superset, the dumbbell goblet squat. No rest. This is where the magic happens. The goblet squat is a fantastic squat variation that really hammers the quads. Because you hold the weight in front of your chest, it acts as a counterbalance, which can actually help you to stay more upright and achieve a deeper squat. It's a brilliant teaching tool for learning the squat pattern, and it's also an incredible muscle builder. Your legs are going to be on fire after this. For the goblet squat, we are going to do 3 sets of 15 reps. Yes, that's right, 15 reps. This is going to be a real test of your muscular endurance, especially coming straight after the RDLs. Your heart rate will be high and your legs will be burning, but this is what creates change, because you've just worked the back of your legs with the RDLs. We're now shifting the focus to the front of your legs, the quads. Pick a dumbbell that is challenging, but allows you to complete all 15 reps with good form. It's better to use a lighter weight and do it right than to go too heavy and risk injury. To perform the goblet squat, hold 1 dumbbell vertically against your chest. You can cup the top of the dumbbell with both hands, like you're holding a giant goblet or a cup. Keep your elbows tucked in close to your body. Your feet should be set slightly wider than shoulder width apart, with your toes pointing out a little bit. This stance often allows for greater depth and comfort in the goblet squat. Before you begin, stand up tall, pull your shoulders back, and engage your core. Keep your eyes looking straight ahead. You're ready to go. Now, let's squat. Just like with the back squat, initiate the movement by sending your hips back and bending your knees. Descend slowly and with control, keeping your chest lifted and your back straight. The dumbbell against your chest will help you with this. Aim to get your elbows to touch the inside of your knees at the bottom of the squat. This is a great cue for ensuring you're getting deep enough. Once you hit the bottom, drive powerfully through your whole foot to return to the starting position. Squeeze your glutes at the top. That's 1 rep. Once you've done all 15, you can finally take a 90-second rest before starting the superset all over again. You've got this. Next up, we have an absolute killer of an exercise, but one that I know you will grow to love for the results it delivers. It's the Bulgarian split squat. This is a unilateral exercise, which means we work 1 leg at a time. This is incredibly beneficial for a few reasons. Firstly, it helps to identify and correct any strength imbalances you might have between your left and right leg. Secondly, it requires a huge amount of stability, which means your core and the smaller stabilizing muscles in your hips and legs have to work over time. This exercise is phenomenal for building your quads and glutes. We are going to perform 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps on each leg. The focus here is on quality over quantity. Because you're working one leg at a time, you won't need to use a very heavy weight to feel a massive burn. In fact, many people find this exercise challenging enough with just their own body weight to begin with. You can hold a dumbbell in each hand to add resistance once you've mastered the form. Remember to complete all the reps on one leg before switching to the other. You can take a short rest of about 60 seconds after you've worked both legs. To set up for the Bulgarian split squat, you'll need a bench or a sturdy box that is about knee height. Stand a couple of feet in front of the bench and place the top of your back foot onto it. Your front foot should be far enough forward so that when you lower yourself down, your front knee forms roughly a 90-degree angle and doesn't travel too far past your toes. It might take a bit of hopping around to find the perfect foot position, so take your time to get comfortable before you start your set. Keep your torso upright and your core engaged. Now for the execution. With your weight primarily on your front foot, lower your body down slowly and with control. Your back knee should travel straight down towards the floor. Keep your chest up and your gaze forward. Go down as low as you comfortably can, aiming to get your front thigh parallel to the ground. You should feel a big stretch in the quad of your back leg and a massive amount of work being done by the quad and glute of your front leg. From the bottom position, drive powerfully through your front foot to push yourself back up to the start. That's one rep. It's tough, but so effective. We are nearing the end of the workout, and it's time to really isolate those quads and finish them off. For this, we are heading over to the leg extension machine. This is an isolation exercise, meaning it focuses purely on one muscle group, the quadriceps. After all the big compound movements we've done, this is our chance to pump as much blood as possible into the quads to stimulate that final bit of muscle growth. It's a fantastic way to get that satisfying burn and ensure you've given your quads everything you've got. We're also going to add a little something extra to the final set to really empty the tank. For the leg extension, we're going to do 3 sets of 15 to 20 reps. Yes, the reps are high here. We are chasing the pump. On your third and final set, we are going to perform a drop set. This means that after you complete your 15 to 20 reps, you will immediately reduce the weight by about 20 to 30% and then go straight back to performing as many more reps as you possibly can until you physically can't do another one. This is an advanced intensity technique that will push your muscles beyond their normal limits. It's going to burn like crazy, but it's an amazing way to finish. Let's get set up on the machine. Adjust the back pad so that your knees are right at the edge of the seat, aligned with the machine's pivot point. Then, adjust the leg pad so that it rests comfortably on the lower part of your shins, just above your ankles. It shouldn't be on your feet or too high up your shin. Grab the handles at the side of the seat to keep your body stable and prevent your hips from lifting up during the exercise. Select a weight that is challenging enough for you to reach the target rep range. Remember, form is still key, even on a machine. To perform the movement, extend your legs upwards in a smooth and controlled motion, focusing on squeezing your quad muscles as hard as you can. At the very top of the movement, pause for a second and really contract those quads. Imagine you are trying to show off all the definition in your thighs. Then, lower the weight back down slowly and with control. Don't just let the weight stack crash down. Controlling the negative, the lowering phase, is just as important as the lift itself. Keep going until you've completed all your reps, and on that final set, get ready for that drop set burn. You can do it. We've absolutely smashed the quads, and now it's time to give the glutes one final push to finish our session on a high. Our final exercise is the dumbbell hip thrust. If the squat is the king of leg exercises, then the hip thrust is the undisputed queen for building the glutes. This move allows you to really isolate your glute muscles and use a heavy load to challenge them directly, which is the perfect recipe for growth. It's a fantastic way to round off our workout and ensure we've given those glutes the attention they deserve. Let's finish strong, team. For the dumbbell hip thrust, we're aiming for 4 sets of 12 to 15 reps. We're doing 4 sets here because we really want to focus on volume and get a fantastic glute pump. The key to this exercise is the mind-muscle connection. You need to be thinking about your glutes doing the work on every single rep. Choose a dumbbell that is heavy enough to be challenging, but not so heavy that you start using your lower back or hamstrings to lift the weight. The goal is a powerful, glute-driven movement. Don't forget to take a 60-second rest between sets to keep the intensity high. To set up, you'll need a flat bench. Sit on the floor with your upper back against the side of the bench. Your shoulder blades should be resting on the edge of it. Place a dumbbell across your hips. You might want to use a small mat or pad under the dumbbell for comfort. Your feet should be flat on the floor, about shoulder width apart, with your knees bent. Your feet should be positioned so that when you are at the top of the movement, your shins are vertical. This will maximize the tension on your glutes. This setup is key to performing the exercise effectively and safely. Now, let's do it. Drive through your heels to lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Keep your chin tucked to your chest to help keep your spine in a good position. At the top of the movement, your body should form a straight line from your shoulders to your knees. Squeeze your glutes as hard as you possibly can. This is the most important part. Hold that squeeze for a second or two before lowering your hips back down with control. Don't just drop down. Control the descent. That's 1 rep, and that's it. Workout complete. You have absolutely smashed it. I am so proud of you. Remember to do a good cool down and stretch.